Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. Thank you for joining me. I do hope you're well. We're back in Misty Marsh today. Before we get started, a couple of things. Firstly, I've just had a chance to look through the new Asia animal pack. I haven't actually got it yet, but just had a look at the new animals. I'm very excited about the honey badger. It's one of my favourite animals when I go to our local wildlife park. Yeah, it all looks good as usual. The usual quality of animals. Some new, some sort of reskinned, and some nice new pieces as well. So I will get that soon, and I'll probably put a honey badger in this zoo somewhere. And the other thing I'd like to do, one of you, who was it? Monkey's Tavern, I believe is your name. Thank you very much for your comment the other day. So you suggested that I change the titles of my episodes rather than just having it episode 10, episode 11, etc., etc., which I do just so that I can keep an order in on my hard drive really of which episode goes where. You suggested actually putting in a description in a way of what I do in the episode title, which I think is a really, really good idea. Very sensible. I never really thought of that, to be honest. But yeah, I guess if someone's browsing through YouTube and looking at things like that, then they're going to spot that and actually know what's in the episode. It might attract more people to come and check them out rather than someone looking and thinking, oh, it's episode 36. I'm miles behind. There's no point me even getting involved there. So yeah, so I will do that. So thank you for that suggestion. I'll do that soon. Just looking at these monkeys on here, it's really cool, but I need to work out how I can sort of cover this sideways bit. Do you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to come into this, and I'm just going to see if there's a nice flat piece. Actually, I'm going to need this, aren't I? Let's have a look. So let's change some of this around a bit. No, that needs to be even smaller. Okay, it's not going to work at all like that. Okay, that's fine. I'll just have to do it as separate pieces. But unless actually I suppose I could go right down to here, couldn't I? Just have it on like that. Yeah, I'll tell you what, let's come down here and see what that's going to look like from in here. If I can get it in the right place. Which is never easy to do, but yeah, something like that. Just so it looks like it is actually kind of covered in, you know. Right, I'll do it all the way along to there, I think. And then let's see if I can get it on the other side here as well. It's very tricky working like this. There you go. I'm actually using the shadow on the rock there to line it up. Right, there we go. Let's just come down in here and check that out. Yeah, that's good. I mean, I'm going to put some more rocks down in here. I'll do this tunnel later on, but I want it to at least look from above like the animals can't escape. So yeah, there we go. That's a bit better, isn't it? I don't mind there being the gaps. You can never make this look perfect. I will lie some sort of trees or something over here, I think. One or two. In fact, they need to. I need something so they can get up onto this one. Was it, or were they getting on there? No, they're getting onto that one, but they can't get onto that one, which actually is probably a good idea. That they can't get onto that one. I'll leave that. What I do need to do, however, is see if I can get this flipped and covering up above this entranceway here, because at the moment that's looking very bare, isn't it? I think if I can get that just onto there like that. Right, let's do that, and then let's come into here. I'm gonna, let's have a look. Let's line this one up. Let's bring it up and line it up to this one. And like that, let's bring that in. Same at this end. And then I'll just have to bring that down there and across to here. Actually, it makes more sense if I bring that one down. Okay, so that makes me feel a bit safer there. Now, obviously these are monkeys, so they would just climb out of here. I know that, I'm aware of that. I just want it to look nice. It's not meant to be ultra realistic. Okay, good. So that's that done. Right. What else are they going to need in here? Let's have a look. Hang on, what were these again? I can't. Oh, they're thirsty. Of course they're thirsty. Let's put them in. Let's put them in here. Let's just see if I can just put a little bit of water in here, and I'll put a little waterfall off these rocks. I think that would look nice. Oh, okay. Did I not push that enough? Okay, that's tiny. I want a little bit more than that. Let's push this right down here. Right, let's try this again. There we go, that's better. Just make sure they can get down to that. Lovely, and they can swim apparently as well, so that's good. Actually, that works really nicely with the rocks around it, doesn't it? Cool, so let's just come into here then. Let's just find the waterfall midsection, I believe is the one, isn't it? Does this one have a splash? No, it doesn't. So I want this to look like it's just, again, just sort of randomly coming out of the rocks. It doesn't always have to be a logical place for it. It's an artificial waterfall, you know, so it's just being pumped out from inside the rocks. Lovely stuff. There we go. Oh, look at that. Of course they can go in. Look at that. They sit in it, don't they? Fantastic. They're kind of hanging out in the water there. Nice. So we're just getting the basics in first. And, you know, I've already forgotten what they are. Macaques, wasn't it? Oh, no, Proboscis Monkeys. So let's come into here. Let's go enrichment. And let's just check out what they have. See if there's anything big that I need to get in there. Where are we? So food, nothing big. Toys, nothing big. Okay, that's fine. I don't need to worry too much about that then. Cool. Okay, so what do I want to put in here? Landscape-wise, I'm pretty happy with how it all looks. I'll do a whole load of vegetation, covering up all these sort of little cracks and things, and quite a lot around the edge. Which is probably what I need to do next. Actually, no. Let's look at the trees next. Let's get in some of these. I think these are climbable. But I kind of like the look of it, even if they're not climbable. Yes, that does look like they can go up it, doesn't it? And in fact, that has now allowed them to climb up onto that. Okay, interesting. So I may have to do an extra little something up over here as well. Like this. Tell you what, let's now what have we got here? Right, so let's just come in here. Let's split those off. Let's get those two combined. Right, and then let's just duplicate this and let's see if this will work over here at all. Right, it's not badly lined up at all. Actually, that is almost perfect, which was very lucky. Right, so obviously we don't want to be covering up the look. I quite like the look of the arch, so I want to leave that if I can, like that. Do you know what? That actually looks pretty nice already. That's all it needs. It just looks nice and solid, doesn't it? So let's do that, and I can always see if there's like a little picture or something that I can put up there. And I'm just gonna come in here because we've got these little corner gaps now. So I'm just gonna see if I can get a beam that kind of comes down in this hole here. Just to kind of cover that up a bit. Let's have a look. Yeah, it's sticking out quite a lot there, which is not the end of the world. I want it to just look right from the front here, which I think that does. Okay, so let's just move that over here. Change the angle. Okay, not quite sure why that's... Oh, hang on. What has happened there? Whoa, what is going on? Why is that connected to that? How on earth has that just happened? Right, let's change that. Let's try this again. Edit this one. Onto there. Snap it up. Down to there. And then as fast forwards as it can go. Right, now let's try this one. Over to here. Okay, I really don't know what's happening there. That is bizarre. Never mind, we'll just do it like this. Okay, so this needs to go... Hang on, let's change to this one. So we need to get it hidden at the top there. And hidden there. There we go. So yes, I'm aware it does stick out there, and it does stick out there. What can I do about that? Well, I'll tell you what I can do about that. It's quite simple. I can thicken it. It's quite a simple solution. Just make it look a bit sturdier. Look at that. The angle is all wrong, isn't it? There's definitely something very odd going on with that. I can only assume I built it wonky in the first place. Never mind. It doesn't look wonky, so I'm not too fussed really. Okay, that didn't work. Oh my word, it's all going wrong now, isn't it? You know what? Sometimes you just have those little episodes, or those little moments within an episode where everything just goes a bit wrong. Okay, so let's thicken that. Let's thicken this one as well. All of this is just going to go back to, again, just widen that, thicken it out, make the whole thing look a bit better. And that just needed to go down a tiny bit. Okay, good. I'm happy with that. Nice and thick and sturdy. Looks good from the back as well. Wonderful. Good, good, good. Right, so let's just check out if there is any Proboscis Monkey stuff Okay, that's a very odd looking monkey sign. Is there anything in facilities? No. If that is the only Proboscis Monkey sign, I don't want that. That looks awful. What I could do though is put on a projection screen, not one of them. One like that. Oh, look at that. Now, are these the ones that don't do animals? I think they are, aren't they? What is that? Okay, that's like a welcome thing. Ah, so we have got some animals actually. Some nice pictures. Have we got everything? We do. There we go. So it does have them on. Fantastic. Oh, it didn't work. Let's try that again. Now, what do I want to show? I got quite lucky with the size there, really, didn't I? I've kind of made that the perfect fit, which is unbelievable, to be honest. But I like that. There we go. Proboscis Monkey. Awesome. That looks really cool. Okay, let's do some more stuff in here with the trees. So I was thinking of doing something. Actually, let's get rid of this snapping. Let's get one line across this corner. Like that. That's all, I think that's all I need, just a couple. Actually no, let's do one more because they're kind of lying at the same angle, which doesn't quite look right. So let's just get one kind of line on this one like this. Lovely. Now let's just check, make sure that hasn't actually messed up where they can go. No, that's great, they can go everywhere. Cool. So let's think about some foliage in here. Now, have I managed to get sort of jungle foliage down here? I have. These ones are quite good, the king ferns, because they're big and bushy. So let's have a look at getting some of those in here. So those, let's have a look. That's the small one. That's the big one. Yeah. So this is just a lovely big fern, which I can use just kind of everywhere, really. And kind of have them sunk down in here. Actually, let me just check. Does that mess up traversable area? Not really, no, which is fantastic. It just looks so cool. I probably want to get some trees in because I feel like monkeys need trees. Obviously I don't want to kind of block the view too much. I kind of think it makes sense to block it a bit here. Let's go a couple of the smaller ones. Good, that's looking a bit better. Right, and then we've got some nice tree ferns, which I think will look very cool around the rocks in particular. I love this sort of angled look of them coming out of the rocks like that. I think a few along this this bit here, so that the people can see them while they walk through the tunnel. I think that will look really cool. I've just realised I haven't put a food tray in for these animals, so I should look into that. Oops. Let's get a couple of small ones in as well. I'm kind of doing them in clusters because it kind of looks nice when these things are clustered together, and it does keep some open areas because you don't want it all looking really closed off. You know, you want the monkeys to have a good bit of traversable space. So bits like this where it's already, the view is quite blocked, I don't mind blocking it even more. Let's get some of these little ferns in as well, because these things are just great. Try and create this really nice jungle look. I'll probably actually just do a little bit of a lining to surface, I think, up on here. Get one or two of these up here. One or two around the base. Obviously I'll come back round again and do some smaller ones as well. Sometimes the line to surface doesn't work where you're trying to put them kind of right in amongst other things. I'll get some of these sort of around the outside here as well. I haven't done outside, so I'll leave that for now. Let's just focus in here first. Nice. I don't know what animal I'm going to do next, by the way. I haven't given it too much thought, but if you've got any ideas, please do let me know. Man, I'll get so carried away with these ferns because they just look so cool. I've got quite an open area here, which I'm okay with. Right, let's get some of these smaller ones in now as well. I'm really going for it with these things because it's quite a big habitat, this one. I think this is probably sort of as big as the habitats are going to get, I think, in this zoo. I don't really want to do big habitats. It's all about smaller ones. But this area here just kind of lent itself to being one habitat. But yeah, I'll try not to get carried away. You know me, I do it all the time. I plan small ideas and then they gradually get bigger as the zoo goes on, which I'm trying not to do. I've already, it's funny, I had some inspiration over the weekend. Actually, I'm recording this on Sunday, so actually it's still in the weekend. But I've had some inspiration about what my next zoo is going to be, believe it or not. But I'm not going to talk about that yet. I just thought I'd let you know that I already have plans afoot for my next zoo. But this one is going to keep going for some time yet. Many months, hopefully. I will keep this one going for as long as I can because I'm having a lot of fun. And as long as I'm having fun, I will keep it going. But you never know. Sometimes you just get to a stage where you just think, no, I've had enough of this zoo. And you want to move on. So if that happens, I'll let you know and we'll move on. Now, I want to get some bracken in. Because this is just, oh, look at that. It's just one of my favourite pieces. Just fills in all the gaps. And you can really use this to create little walkway areas inside the habitat where the animals clearly wander around. And then you kind of cover up all the edges, all this bit around all the ferns. You just cover it in with this stuff. And it just looks amazing. Look at that. It all makes it all look overgrown and sort of jungly, which is obviously the look that we're going for here. I just love it so much. It's one of my favourite pieces, and I imagine I say that a lot because I have a lot of favourite pieces. But honestly, this is one. Lovely stuff. That's starting to look relatively jungly now. Let's come out and see. Yeah, I like that. You've still got a nice obvious area where the monkeys walk around, which I like. Now I do feel like I want some trees in here. What have we got? I guess I want them climbable. So let's tag climber and let's see what we've got. something that, I mean, that's quite a cool sort of jungly looking thing actually, isn't it? I want it to be quite open because you kind of want it to, if the animals are going to climb it, you want to be able to see the animals. And obviously you also want it to look relatively jungly. No. See, there's not a lot. Whoa, look at that giant thing. There's not a lot that's particularly jungly. Yeah, okay. Let's go with our favourites then, and let's come back. Let's come back to these. Let's get a few of these in. Let's get a couple kind of gathered around the middle here. Look at these. I mean, these things are giant, aren't they? Look at the size of that. It's insane, really. Let's get a big and a small one next to each other there. Doesn't need a lot. Just a few like that, I think. Now let's just check out. Can they still go everywhere that I want them to? They can. It doesn't say that they can climb those trees actually, which is annoying. Because it definitely said they were climbable trees. That's bizarre. Never mind, it looks good. And that's what matters really. Can they still... Ah, hang on, they can't climb up onto here now. What has happened there? What has blocked that, I wonder? Let's just see if I just delete the odd bit. Hang on. Traversable area. No, they still can't get up on there, so that's fine. Let's get that tree back. I wonder if it's something like this tree that's gone in. No, that hasn't helped. I wonder if it's something like the palm. Well, that's bizarre. Let's get them back. Yeah, they're not affecting anything. I'm not sure why that has happened. I'm not too fussed. I mean, it looks like they can go up there, doesn't it? Do you know what? No, I am fussed. I am fussed. There's nothing that's blocking traversable areas that I can see. Why wouldn't they be able to jump up there? There must be one of these plants. Maybe that one? Nope, not that one. Of course, I'm assuming it's one thing, but it might not be. It might be a combination. But I'll tell you what. Let's try. Let's delete a few of these bits and just see. No, it's not them. I'll get them back then. Maybe it's from this side. None of this is blocking though, is it? That is a bit of a mystery. I'm not too fussed. It looks like they can go up there. That's really kind of what I'm bothered about. And they are at least still going on this one, which is, I guess, the closest one that you get to. But I did want them to go up on there. Actually, that tree is sticking down there, so I can't actually use that quite like that. Can I just turn that? Let's have a look. Yes, just about. I think I can get away with that. Just a little bit poking down through, but I'm not too fussed. Right, where are these animals? Oh, look at that. Moving that tree. Moving that tree means they can now go up there. Fantastic. So the tree just needed to move, and they're using it as a walkway. There we go. That solved our problem, didn't it? Excellent. Right, so we're doing pretty well with this habitat. I want to do some more. I want to do some more work on the ground, and I will get some enrichment items in as well, and then a bit of education. Then I need to go around the outside as well and smarten all that up. But yeah, that's looking pretty nice now, actually. I really like this entrance here. I think that's looking really cool. So yeah, very happy with that. I'll probably around the outside here need to do a whole lot of very sort of big rocky cliffs, because I really want this whole zoo to feel very enclosed. So all of this needs to be really hidden, so you can't really see much except for the area that you're in. So yeah, there's going to be a lot more rock work going on. I really like, as you're walking up here, you can't see out. You know, it's all very high up. As you come along here, I don't want you to be able to see any of that. You know, so everything feels very squashed and small is the idea. But there we go. The habitat is coming along. I haven't done the water yet either. So yeah, plenty still to do, but we're making good progress. So there we go. Thank you very much for joining me. I really hope you're enjoying this zoo so far. If you've got anything you want to say, please do leave a comment down below. And as always, thanks for all your support and your comments so far. And I will see you again in the next episode. Until then, do take care. Bye for now.